Mate, this car has been a part of my journey since, I went Jamaica for 4 weeks, and I'm telling you now, this car, if I tell you what the problem is, you're just gonna mate. Anyway, it's not fixed, but we've made a dramatic breakthrough. All right. So if you're bored, just delete delete me in it. But at the moment, yeah, we're looking good. Yeah, this is good. If you're bored and you're not interested in this kind of stuff or understanding how stuff work, then just, yeah, forget it. Anyway, for those who are interested, these two wires that I've just cut, they are CAN wires. They are the way how this unit communicates with the unit that I'm going to show you in the glove box called a body module. All right, this car is controlled through a thing called controlled area network, the CAN lines. So, to be honest with you, when we first approached the car, we're thinking, okay, the ignition is not coming on. All right, so as I further, what's the word now, confuse every single one of you, I'm going into full nerd mode now. Nerd. All right, car. This is a bit of a big one. Okay, this car's been bloody on my to-do list before I went to Jamaica. I went to Jamaica for 4 weeks. I'm back now. The person has happily waited for me. The guy is so patient. I take my hat off to him. Anyway, electronic steering lock. So as you know, you press a button on your fancy cars and you don't put the key in anymore. Well, this is the guy electronically that pulls the steering and puts the ignition on. Are you with me? Yeah, you with me? Because you key people, they're phasing you out now. You know, there's no key now. You got to press a button now. Hence why we've got our start button right there. Anyway, they don't tell you that when these things fail, what you got to go through and why it's failing. Correct? They don't. You just have to change it, or you get no ignition and you can't drive your damn car. So immediately I told the customer, I said, listen to me, I've measured the wires and worst case, you're going to have to change this steering lock. This is what we've gone and bought. It can only be bought from Citroen and Peugeot. And, sadly, it was an attempt. It's a 22 plate car. It's a damaged car. At the end of the day, I'm just telling you that it's new. And the person bought it from salvage and they're trying to just, get a bit of value for money. Anyway, the car was working fine. He said he got in it one day and boom, this is what happened. So the first thing we're thinking, you know what, bro? Wiring looks good. Let's change the steering lock. Boom, how wrong we was. So after waiting and waiting, I've come back to it now. I'm saying, all right, let me spend the day on this car. I've been on this car all day just to make this little bit of breakthrough that I've made right now. Because we did fit the new lock on it. Still no ignition. Because also you got to program this thing, correct? Now, obviously, before you program anything to any car, you have to be able to communicate with it. For you, I don't even want to cuss. For you people that don't understand, it means that you use the diagnostic tool and you use it to speak to these items. I can't physically speak to it like, hello, hi, no. You use the tool to speak to the component. Then once you can speak to it, you can tell it what to do. You can say, listen, program these keys to this unit, whatever. I think I'm telling you a lot too much now. So anyway, the information that tells this thing what to do, because it's not a standalone unit, that's why there's a plug on it, comes from this guy. See this big, gigantic thing with all these plugs going to it? That's what you call a body module. The body module sends the information all the way over. Let's pause. Computer 1, computer 2, computer 3. Yeah, it's that. Today, I come to do business with this car in it. Do you understand? Even down to the Peugeot software. Mate. Anyway, so yeah, it sends the information across via these blue wires. See, I've chopped up the wires. So these blue wires, two of them end up over here. If you're not interested, drop asleep, all right? Because this is the damn future. These are my blue wires right here. So the information comes from that body module, goes in, unlocks it. You see if these wires are shorting out coming from that unit? You see if that unit is shortening out? It sends a bad feed to these wires. So what I've done with my clever self, because, you got to just, it's one big science experiment around here, is I found another way in and I've used my breakout box and I've jumped the same two feeds independently of it and I've cut the wire and joined it elsewhere. Joined it elsewhere, I can communicate now. So anyway, just showing you all the other things that are reading. This wasn't a problem before. This is the guy that was speaking of the body module. He's the one that's complaining about the bloody steering lock, saying, oh, you know, he's the problem, you know. He's the problem. But he's not going to tell you that he's the problem, but the problem is coming from him. So those two feeds on this body module is not unlocking the steering. And until the steering unlocks, you're not going to get any ignition on. Please watch the video over and over if you want to learn something. All right. So anyway, I don't even know why I clicked into the body module, but anyway, I've jumped it. I can speak to it. So let me show you some error codes that the body module is talking about, saying, can't speak to this, can't unlock the steering. Here we go. Where are we? Obviously, you can't do it now. Here we go. Fault in response from electronic steering lock for request unlocking. He's the problem, you know, but he's blaming the lock. That's why we changed it.